Hey everybody, Craig Hester here with R2AWatches.com and the Keep Watching Show. We are in our new studios in Connecticut and we are excited. This is our first video that we've done in our brand new studios here, and we appreciate all of you joining us. We're going to hopefully be doing a lot more videos in the future now that we do have this dedicated space for putting together videos about our watches. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure and hit like and subscribe. We want to build that viewer base on our YouTube channel, R2A Watches. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you want to go to Vostok-Europe Timepieces group and you want to join. It's a private group, but it is the busiest and most active, energetic group about our watches. And it's not just about Vostok-Europe. We talk about any watches that are carried on R2AWatches.com, which includes our own brand Pramsius, Sikolia, Sturmansky, among others. So you definitely want to do that. Today we are talking about the Energia from Vostok-Europe. If you are not familiar with Vostok-Europe, I'm going to give you a quick introduction. It is a brand based in Vilnius, Lithuania. It is what you would refer to as a boutique brand. They are certainly no longer a micro brand, but they are not big by any means. They are a boutique watch brand run by a wonderful group of people in Vilnius, Lithuania. Every watch is completely designed from scratch. I like to say that they start with a blank piece of paper, or more accurately, a blank computer screen, and they finish with a completed watch. Every watch is 100% custom, and everything is hand assembled in Vilnius, Lithuania. The theme of the brand, or their slogan, is for going to extremes. Almost all of their watches are professional grade dive quality watches. They're built for extreme sporting conditions. Everything you can imagine, from diving to the Dakar Rally, easy for me to say, where they have a team that does that race every year wearing Vostok-Europe watches, to anything you can imagine, pilots, kayaking, whatever. Their watches are built for going to extreme, and their brand ambassadors reflect that. They have some of the most accomplished athletes in the world as brand ambassadors, most of them actually being from Lithuania. The world's strongest man, Big Zed, Benediktas Vanagas, who does the Dakar Rally every year, Jurgis Karas, arguably the greatest aerobatic pilot alive today. So there's a lot to know about Vostok-Europe, and a lot more than what I just said in that 20-30 seconds. You can check out more videos at R2A Watches on YouTube, or there are videos at R2AWatches.com. So like I said, today we are talking about the Energia watch from Vostok-Europe, a particular style. This is the latest version of the Energia in bronze, and this is true marine grade bronze. One thing that Vostok-Europe does is every watch has a story. They build the watch around a theme. In this particular case, let me get this focused here. There we go. In this particular case, it is designed after the Energia rocket, which we happen to have a model here. That is the world's largest rocket system. It was built to put the Buran space shuttle into space, and that is the theme and the inspiration for this watch. In fact, when you look at the case, there are parts and pieces of this case that are similar to the booster rockets and other aspects of the watch that went into the design. The big story on this particular one, let me quickly go through the specs. Okay, this is a 49 millimeter watch. It's about 16 millimeters thick, so this is a big watch. This is for people who like big, aggressive timepieces that are definitely going to get noticed on the wrist. This watch is I believe this one is 200 meter or 300. Let me look. Oh, this is 30. So this is 30 ATM. This is a 300 meter dive watch. So it's well above the specifications that are required for a professional grade dive watch. And the reason I hesitated there is because when Vostok-Europe has chronographs, which this isn't, those are usually 200 meter. But because this is an automatic and there's only the one crown, it is a 300 meter dive watch. It is professional grade. It is marine grade bronze. What does that mean? Well, first of all, bronze is an alloy. I'm not going to spend a ton of time in this video talking about bronze because we have other videos at R2A Watches or on our YouTube channel where we go into great detail about the type of bronze that we use and what bronze is all about in watches. And there'll be a link below this video where you can go see those videos as well. But the main thing is, because it's marine grade, this is really the highest grade possible of bronze you can get to ensure that you're going to get a really nice patina, because bronze will patina, and that it is going to be the quality of material that you would want in a watch for diving. This is an automatic timepiece. It is the YN84. Now the YN84 is a Seiko. It's from Seiko Instruments movement. And in fact, Vostok-Europe was the first brand in the world to use the YN84 outside of a Seiko watch. That's because they have a fantastic relationship with the Seiko company. This movement, what really makes this one special is it has an open heart. That means that you can see the balance wheel through the dial, and it has a power reserve indicator. If you look and see what I'm doing right now as I am winding up the watch, there's a little indicator at the top, something to point with. I'm going to use a pathetic pencil this time, guys. Next time I will make sure I get a better pointer in here for me. If you look right up at the top, there is what looks kind of like a gas gauge up there. And in effect, that's really what it is for the watch. It is indicating how many hours of power reserve you are giving the watch as you wind it up. In this case, the YN84 is designed to have a 40-hour power reserve. Sometimes you might get a little more than that, but that's the manufacturer spec. So what you can see as you move this gas gauge to full, then it's going to be showing you as you wear the watch when the power is going down. Now, this is an automatic watch. What does an automatic watch mean for those of you who don't know? Put simply, it's a watch that winds as you wear it on your wrist. There's a rotor in the back. It is a counterweighted rotor that moves as your wrist moves, and it winds the watch as you wear it. If you are an active person and you're wearing this watch every day, you actually shouldn't see that power reserve indicator go down very much because you're going to be constantly winding it as you're wearing it. If you put it on your dresser, though, for the weekend, by Monday, it's probably going to be out of power, but you'll be able to pick it up and see, oh, I've still got so many hours of power reserve. That is really, the nice thing about that is there's really no other way to know other than, especially with an automatic. With a manual wind watch, you can wind it until it stops winding and you feel the pressure. With an automatic, you can't overwind them or they would break. They have a clutch mechanism that keeps you from overwinding them. So you really can't know how much power reserve you have left on an automatic without a power reserve indicator. This also has a 24-hour sub-dial. This is a K1 mineral crystal. K1 is the composite crystal that is right between mineral and sapphire, so it gives you everything you want in a professional quality athletic type of timepiece, because it does give you nearly the scratch resistancy of sapphire and it gives you nearly the shatter resistancy of mineral. So you get the best of both worlds. Screw-in crown on this. Now, there are some other amazing aspects of this watch. First of all, the custom Italian leather strap on this is supple, so beautiful, and immediately comfortable on the wrist. There is no break-in period. It does have the split lug system, but one of the things that's really cool about this, and I don't have one set up to show you right now, but you can see this in other places that we've talked about them. These two circles in the middle here that hold the strap, they actually can be removed. Where a lot of split lug watches, if you don't have the actual original manufacturer's strap, you can't really replace the strap because it won't fit in here unless you have something custom made. Because of the fact that these two rings on either side can be removed, you can actually put just a regular strap on this watch if you wanted to. I don't know why you would want to. Well, some people do. I mean, I've seen people do that, and it actually can look great, but I love the split lug look. I'm a big fan of split lugs. With the Berlin Wall watch with Bramsius, we did split lugs. It's just something I find cool. Edge case back, giving you a ton of information. Let me take the protective cover off the back here. Etched case back, well, I'm not going to get that cover off. Giving you a ton of information about the watch. There we go. You see the etching of the Energia rocket, again, right behind me. It tells you all the pertinent information you need to know, that this is marine grade bronze, that it is 300 meter water resistance, that it has an automatic helium release valve, and I'm not even going to try to go into explaining an automatic helium release valve in this video. We talk about that in other places as well. It is a feature for people who do saturation diving. Even if you're never going to do saturation diving, the great thing about having 300 meter and a helium release valve is it is an indication of just how well the watch is constructed, because you have to construct a watch very well for it to meet those requirements. New buckles on the Vostok-Europe Energia as of late, really cool shape, and they also, because of the way they're designed, they hold their position better when the watch is put on your wrist. The other big thing about this watch, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not leaving out any of the core elements about it, is the packaging. The packaging for the Energia is just, in a word, fabulous. or as Constantine would say, it's delicious. It is a true Pelican case. These are made in the same plant that makes Pelican cases. The actual brand Pelican cases. This is a thick, heavy-duty, water-resistant case. You can hear when you close it just how solid this is. It comes designed to hold the watch. By the way, the watch does come with an additional silicone strap along with the beautiful leather strap. So you've got this for diving and other sports activities. It comes with a changing tool because of the way this is designed and it is so heavy-duty, you need a special changing tool to change the strap out. It actually also comes with a certificate showing that it passed the 300-meter water resistance test. So you know when you get the watch out of the box, it is water resistant to the degree that Vostok-Europe has told you it's going to be. The other cool thing that's really great about the case is it can be converted, with everything that's in there, it can be converted to hold 4 watches. So it's designed, it comes set for the watch, then it's designed so that you can convert the case to hold 4 watches, and then you have a 4-watch portable watch case. These are, just this case is such an amazing piece of equipment in and of itself. Anyway, I'm trying to think what the retail value is on it. $129? Yeah. No. Well, Abe is here. For those of you who didn't know, he's standing by. He always helps me out with the videos, unless he's in them with me. I couldn't remember. So that's $129 value on the case itself. All right. So to quickly recap, what have I left out, Abe? You always know. Tritium. I left out tritium. One of the most important things. Were you going to say that? No. You didn't remember either. Okay, now let's talk about tritium. All right, again, as I said when I was talking about the... all right, come on, focus. When I was talking about bronze and marine grade bronze, I'm not going to spend an extreme amount of time, especially with how long this video is already going. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on what tritium is. I'm just going to quickly tell you that they are laser sealed glass tubes that are filled with a substance called tritium that activates luminous material inside the tube, so the watch is constantly lit at a steady and regular amount of illumination. The thing that's great about this, unlike regular superluminova, which you can charge up in the sun and it gets really bright for a while, but then it fades after a little while, is you're going to be able to pull this out of the drawer and it's going to be the same illumination all the time. MB Microtech guarantees the illumination for up to 10 years, but the truth is, with a 12.5-year half-life on tritium, you're really going to get about 25 years of viewability on the watch with the tritium tubes. I love tritium. It's one of my favorites. It's awesome even if you're not a sporting person, which I'll admit I'm not a big sporting person, although I do love to go camping. But in situations like on a plane or at a movie or things along those lines where it's a low light condition but you don't want to have something really bright that would bother somebody else, you're going to be able to see your tritium tube watch. And one of the things Vostok-Europe is really known for is getting the maximum amount of illumination out of the tritium that they put in a watch. In this case, the Energia has these V-shaped reflectors on every indicator so that the tube is actually reflecting on both sides to give you maximum illumination. Unidirectional rotating bezel, because this is, again, a true dive watch. And just a beautiful timepiece. If anybody cares, the Energia is actually, I would say, probably my favorite of the Vostok-Europe line. I just love this case. I love the design. I love the style. I like big watches, and I will not lie. So if you like a big aggressive timepiece that's going to give you serious professional grade usability in pretty much any condition you can imagine, the Energia is definitely for you. This is the only true sport watch that Vostok-Europe is producing right now with an open heart. There is an open heart in the Gaz Limo collection, but that's their dress collection. So if you want to have a little bit of dress with the open heart, a little bit of pop of something that's not your typical sport look, and you want that marine grade bronze, this is the Energia to go for. I'm Craig Hester with R2AWatches.com. I promise you I will get back into the swing of things and my little stutters and stammers. I'll get better. It's been a while since I've been doing videos. R2AWatches.com. Like us on YouTube. And hey, keep watching.